Hello, friends. Today I am going to be talking about staying on track while you are out of town. So, these recommendations are kind of situational, and I kind of talk you through like whether you're on like vacation versus like traveling for work, because obviously we will treat those situations very differently. And so I just want to go over just some general nutrition tips, fitness tips, mindset tips that you can keep in mind when you have a trip coming up. So I'm going to start with nutritional tips because those are usually the most important in my opinion. I think nutrition is always something that we can be focusing on, because even if we're not able to do the workouts, if we're eating really well, then we should still be able to stay on track. So my nutrition tip 1 is to have protein at every meal. Your goal is to have a portion that is just bigger than the palm of your hand. So I always like to go to these first little knuckles here. That way I'm like, okay, that's for sure like 5 to 6 ounces. But if you're doing just your palm, you know that you're having at least 4 to 5 ounces of protein. So try to do that at every single meal. So for example, if you are gonna have French toast, like maybe you're going to brunch with your friends, and you're gonna have French toast for breakfast, just making sure that you add eggs and some sort of meat to that, so that you aren't eating just this huge carbo loaded, sugary loaded meal. So if you do that, focus on eating your protein source first and then eating your carbs second, so that way you can put most of the good macros in and then save the other macros for like the hunger that you have left. So you're still satisfying, the want for French toast, but you're pairing it with something that's going to keep it balanced. Okay. So my next recommendation is to have 3 to 4 fist-size servings of fruit and veggies per day. That sounds like a lot, I know, especially when you're on vacation. But if you are like, say you're out of town for work, there's a lot of ways that you can get fruits and veggies into your day. So if you are going somewhere where you can drive, you can bring a cooler with some fruit in it. I just learned that you can bring prepped and packaged food on an airport or an airplane. I had no idea you could do that, but you can literally prep meals, put them in a lunchbox, and take them on an airplane. Crazy, right? So there's a lot of really great ways that you can stay on track in that aspect. My next recommendation kind of falls into the same category, and it's bring snacks. If you're going to be sitting in a conference room all day long and you have no control over the food you're eating other than dinner, you're going to have to bring some healthy snacks. So maybe you bring your own yogurt, and you put that in your hotel's fridge, and you eat some yogurt and granola instead of having like the chips or whatever the usually sugary and carb heavy snack is. Or go for the fruit. Usually they have like a fruit option sometimes. But yeah, just putting healthier options in your hotel room, in your bag with you, so that way it's a little bit easier for you to stay on track. And then it will also help you if you have any like late night munchies after you eat dinner, because I feel like when you're on work trips, you always eat at like 5 or 6, and I don't know about y'all, but I eat dinner late. Bad habit, I know. But then I'm hungry again at like 8. So if you have like nuts or fruit or peanut butter or whatever, cheese sticks for you to snack on in the evenings, that's definitely going to benefit you. Okay, so if you are, this is I guess where like the whole like work from home, or I'm sorry, trip for work or like vacation comes into play. So my fitness advice for you, if you are going on vacation, walk and move your body as much as you can. If you really want to work out on your vacation and you have access to, and you have the ability to work out on vacation, then do it, sure. But if you're on vacation and you have a very stressful, overwhelming life, then instead of focusing on doing specific workouts on your vacation, just give yourself a step goal. Like, I'm on vacation and I'm going to get 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day, no matter what. So that way you can intentionally be walking. You can intentionally be, doing different things, activities that are more, like movement focused versus sedentary. If you are going on a work trip and say it's like midweek and you still really want to be intentional with those workouts, figure out if where you're staying has a gym. If there's a gym, they probably have at least the bare necessity equipment that you need to stay on track. So what I want you to do is plan, don't skip your workouts. Maybe you won't be able to get, maybe, you usually get 3 or 4 workouts done during the week and you're going to be gone for 3 or 4 days. So maybe you don't plan to get 3 or 4 workouts in, but you plan to at least get up and do 1 or 2 workouts while you're gone. Because you can always catch up whenever you get home. But if you'll feel better. The negative effects that traveling for a long time and driving for a long time can have on our bodies will be better. You'll feel better about yourself in general because you'll have kept up with your commitment and your goals to yourself. You'll have unlocked a new challenge for yourself because I'm sure that if you are working with me, working out while on a work trip has probably not been something that you've been like super worried about. And so if you can just try to stay intentional and get at least 1 to 2 of your workouts in and continue to move your body in terms of walking, that is going to be so beneficial for you. So, okay. And then your mindset. So again, this is obviously going to change depending on if you're on like a vacation or a work trip, but these are just some things that I like to always think. So first and foremost, have fun. If you are on vacation, do not be stressed about getting everything perfectly. We are establishing a lifetime of habits and you are not on a diet. So if you eat chips and queso or you go to girls brunch or you overindulge on alcohol, it's okay. You're not sabotaging your progress. You're not sabotaging your growth. Set your intentions and your goals for your trip. Stick to those things, and then everything else is flexible. Okay? So if you're going out of town for work, commit to yourself. I'm going to get 1 workout in. I'm going to get 2 walks in, and I'm going to bring healthy breakfast and snacks so that I can be in control of those 2 things. And then everywhere else, you just do your best. Okay? We can't stress out about things that we don't have control over. And then my second recommendation for your mindset is just to get outside as much as you can, especially if you're a mom and this is like probably some of the few times that you get alone. Like if you're on a work trip, sleeping in a hotel by yourself, best thing ever. But you need to take advantage of that. So if they have a little area in the morning where you can drink your coffee and do a devotional or just have some quiet time or just sit and enjoy nature, do that. Try to get outside and take some walks. If you have the opportunity, I'm reading my note, which is what I just said, but waking up a little bit early, drinking your coffee in an outside courtyard, having some quiet time with yourself and God, trying to find a way to decompress while you are away. So those are my recommendations. It's not rocket science. I'm sure you are already doing a lot of these things, but I think it's important to have a plan and to be intentional when we know that we're going to be out of town or on vacation. And so my best advice is to just eat your protein, keep walking, and don't stress. Talk to you later, friend.